I've got to manage myself, I've got to manage my mind. The task is not easy, but to high heights I climb.
I'm determined to succeed, so no excuses, please. If you don't want success in life, then don't hinder me. Yes, let the whole world know you are a CEO. You are a CEO. I'm a CEO. You are a CEO. I'm a CEO. The time is here to celebrate. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. Yes, let the whole world know. The time is here to celebrate. Success is calling, so don't be late. You are a CEO.
Hello, everyone. Michael E. Parker here in studio at CEO TV, and we're here for another exciting show. And we're going to be talking tonight about something really important, and that is the question, are you paying attention? Now, I know this is a question that you need to pay attention to, and pun intended there, because we need to be thinking about what's in front of us, what's going on, what's happening around us. And so I want to talk a little bit about that here tonight. I hope all of you are doing well wherever you are. We have people streaming in from all over, and so I just want to welcome you here tonight. And again, just let you think about that a little bit. I'm here, I got the fire running, I got my URCO cup here with the pinky out. I'm feeling really good, and we're going to talk a little bit here tonight. So I want you to think about that question. Are you paying attention? And there's so many things going on. There's so many things happening, and there's so many things that have happened, even right here at URCO. And I want to walk through a few things. I'll use a few slides to kind of talk through some things with you tonight. So when you think about opportunity, you know, opportunities can be missed and opportunities can be taken. And I think that's something that I've recognized all throughout my life is there were times that opportunities were missed, and there was some times that I took advantage of opportunities. And I want you to think about that a little bit. You know, what opportunities are around you right now? And have you really thought deeply about those opportunities and how to make the most of those opportunities? It's also important to recognize opportunities that may have been missed. And, you know, opportunities come in life, they come in our business, they come in many different ways. And we always want to stay conscious of opportunities because, you know, opportunities are something very valuable. And a lot of times when we talk about, you know, different elements of looking at business, we even talk about how problems themselves are opportunities, but such is life as well. We have to think about everything that comes against us, everything that we go through presents an opportunity. You know, I was thinking the other day, you know, the last show that we had, I talked a lot about my personal story. You know, I talked a lot about overcoming struggle and, you know, but as I sit here today at this stage of my life and recognize that my story, it still moves people, it still touches people, it still resonates with people. So when I really think about it, you know, everything that I went through was a gift. You know, it's something to look at it. You know, at the time, it didn't feel like that, but it really was a gift because it gave me the ability to understand people, to understand pain, and to resonate with people so that I could talk to them about other things that might help their life. So it's all how you look at it, right? And so sometimes the missed opportunity is even seeing something that hurt you or went into struggle as an actual opportunity, to see the opportunity in it. Sometimes that is the opportunity within itself. And so very important to consider missed and taken opportunities. Another thing I want to kind of call out here is that, you know, when you see this image on the screen here, don't assume the opportunities you have will always be there. You know, this is kind of a telling image where you see an eraser come in and kind of erasing the bridge, right? And some people got over and some people were stuck in the middle and some never got on the bridge just yet. And we want to always remember, you know, sometimes, you know, we might move a little too slow when there's something in front of us that we need to take advantage of. Sometimes, you know, there's things that you could do to move faster with your health or with your fitness or with your, you know, relationships. It could be things related to your business. It could be things you know you need to do around the house, things you've been trying to get to, you're trying to catch up on, get into your finances, things you need to deal with during the pandemic. We all are balancing different types of struggles. And sometimes we just keep putting something off. We keep putting something off. We keep saying, I'll do it later. And then one day you really want to do something and it's like that bridge is not there. That bridge could be time. That bridge could be people. That bridge could be having the right resources, you know, that you had them at the time, but now you don't. So really being conscious and alert that we don't want to take it for granted. You know, I really want you to think about that, you know, and sometimes we talk about that carpe diem type of mindset to seize the day, seize the moment, really thinking about that there's always something I need to be looking at. So this is really important, really critical. And, you know, think about that a little bit. Just think about certain things and remember that it's not promised that it will always be there. You know, sometimes you just get used to a certain rhythm of your life. You know, I don't know if any of you have, you know, ever lost someone that you really loved. And, you know, I can think of different ones in my life that at different times, you know, you weren't able to continue with them anymore or they passed away. And it's so permanent, you know, it's just like, how do you adjust to that? You know, it's a big adjustment and you start thinking about, did I get every opportunity that I wanted? And you can't go back and turn time back, but there's things right now in your life, there's things right now in my life that I can begin to take advantage of and really get serious about so that I don't let opportunities pass me by. You know, sometimes there's things we wanted to fix, some things we wanted to make right with someone. Sometimes there's something that we wanted to do or something we wanted to accomplish. And we wait and we put it off and we wait and we put it off. All you entrepreneurs out there, you got a dream, you got something you want to do, and we wait and we put it off. People, we got fitness goals. We know we want to eat better. We want to work out more, but we wait and we put it off. We've all been guilty, but we have to start being careful that we're paying attention because, again, things change. And when they do, you never want it to be where you say, I wish I would have, right? So another thing to keep in mind, another critical question is, what is distracting you right now? You know, this is a really key question. Like, what is distracting you right now? And this is not to be a negative. You know, I don't want you to take that negative at all. I mean, we all have things that are distracting us right now, everyone, including me. The key is, you know, what is distracting us right now? You know, every now and then we have to stop and kind of make a list and understand, like, right now, here's my current distractions. You know, I'm kind of distracted with this. I'm kind of distracted with that. This is what's, you know, kind of taking my time and my attention. And we have to be honest about that and make sure that those distractions are not hindering you from paying attention to something that is really important. You know, when you think about attention, a lot of times where our attention is, you know, that is what begins to, you're going to see that thing grow. And so the key is if my attention is on something that I don't want to grow, then, you know, that's a part of the problem. And so people will say, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to accomplish this, I want to accomplish that, but they're not putting enough attention on it. You know, I was talking to some entrepreneurs recently and, encouraging them to put the attention on the right, put their attention on the things that matter, because sometimes you know what you want to do, you know what you want to get done, you know kind of the steps you want to take, but because your attention is not really on it. And what do I mean by that? Where you're really evaluating where my time is going. You know, I challenge you to do something. I challenge you to take 1 week and just write down, you know, what you did in like 15 to 30 minute chunks and just what you did with your time. And it'll tell you a lot about why things are the way they are, you know, because you start to see like, wow, a lot of my time goes to this, a lot of my time goes to that. And you might be happy with it. Some of you might be perfectly great with where your time is going. But it's important to see that, and it's important to understand what are the things that are distractions to me, to my goal, right, to where I'm trying to go. Now, I don't mean sometimes we all want to do some things, kind of get our mind off of things, rest, relax, recover. I'm not talking about that. But I mean, when something is a distraction to your goal, it's not allowing you to keep moving toward what you're trying to do. And sometimes that can happen and show up in many different ways. And so we have to ask ourselves that hard question. What is it that's distracting us right now? So think about that a little bit. Think deeply about that. This is sometimes what takes our attention away. Bruce Lee made a statement one time, and shout out to Goldcast. But he said the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. Let me say that again. The successful warrior, we're definitely in a battle. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. We are all just everyday people, but when we are laser-like focused on something, we become something more. Because focus generates results. Focus creates things. And so we have to really begin to look at, what are we focusing on right now? And I think that's something that, sometimes we just, we just are living and we forget to stop and say, well, what am I focusing on right now? Recently I had to do some things in my business, and I talked to a lot of my executives and leaders and some of my team, and just begin to talk about what, our focus. What are we focusing on right now? We need to shift our focus. Maybe our focus is on something that's not as critical, making adjustments all the time. I was doing some preparations, for some things that we're working on right now, and I had to tell everyone, what? I was wanting to do this, as you all know, and I even announced this or that, but I feel like it's not the right focus. It's going to take us off our focus. We got to get certain things done. And it's hard to do that sometimes. It's hard to admit that you have the wrong focus. And I know a lot of times, I don't know if any of you ever felt that feeling, though. I know sometimes I feel it's like there's so many things to get done. There's so many things to do. There's never enough time. And you start thinking about, how am I going to get to this? And how am I going to get to that? And one of the greatest, most powerful things about the CEO position that we've been given is the ability to say no to things, right? That's where focus comes, is whatever you choose to say no to. And, we have to keep thinking about that. What is it today that I should be saying no to so I can have focus? I know that, right now I'm been really busy dealing with a lot. I had a lot going on in the business. I recently lost my father. I had to make some adjustments with things that were going on with that. I had a lot of things happening, at home to balance, and many, many other things. And, and then there's just the pandemic and the vaccine and all this stuff that's going on. And, I know many of you are like I am, you start thinking about, man, it feels like your life is just not in that normal rhythm. I had a rhythm. I had my workout schedule was a certain way. I played basketball on Mondays. I went and had my rhythm of how I eat, how I do this and that. And I don't know about you, but just since we've been in this pandemic, it just feels like everything is a little bit out of whack. You're just trying to stay on top of everything, work and all the things you need to do and just getting adjusted. And I'm sure some of you have to feel like that as well. And, it means that we have to still be able to have some discussions about focus. And we got to have those discussions with people that we love as well. And talking to people that's around us, roommates, spouses, friends, family, even people that you depend on to do certain things, having discussions about focus. What are we really doing right now? And what can we do? How can we help each other to be able to have the focus that we need? Right now I'm trying to get in my fitness rhythm. It's almost like I get it going and then I have to stop, something comes up and I have to get it going. I just don't have that normal rhythm because I'm working, coming to office sometime, work at home sometime, a lot of different things going on. The whole family environment is a little different because everyone is impacted. And focus is just something right now we got to fight for. And so I want to encourage you. Are you paying attention? Are you aware of what you're focusing on right now and where your focus is and where should it be, right? And these are some of the hard questions. And is there any discussions you need to have so that focus can be better? This is really, really critical. All right, I want to talk to you about some things that's been happening though. Speaking of are you paying attention, what a year. 2021, we came in with a bang. I mean, all this was going on with the pandemic. I launched a whole campaign called This Won't Break Me. Listen, I want to thank all of you out there who have supported this campaign, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. I've seen so many of you that have supported this, and think about it. I hope you've been paying attention. URCO has been doing a lot in 2021. 2021 is just getting going, but we've been active. There's been a lot happening. And that's why, you want to pay attention, because sometimes you have an opportunity that's there, and that opportunity is happening. You're like, we have a powerful event. We have, powerful access to knowledge and information. And are we getting everything out of that we should? We were, basically launching free events, There's no excuse. And, making sure we get the most out of everything that's being provided. Honestly, with URCO, I want to have that feeling that we're providing more and more and more and more, so that you keep having something that you can pay attention to that will add value to your life. And so think about it. We had This Won't Break Me series. Now, the first time we came together, I think it was January 6th, right? And look at all the stuff that we talked about. Look at all this stuff here. We talked about all of these different elements on January 6th. What is an entrepreneur versus a CEO? Marketing, sales, what it means to close versus an offer. We talked about the S&O trio model and how that relates from the market to who you are as an individual. We talked about SWOT analysis, the marketing bridge, the value ladder, 007, right? Seven online opportunities, AC2 culture formula. Wow. I mean, we covered a lot. And think about it, all of this that we covered, free of charge, we just began to dig in. Did you get the most out of that opportunity? Are you really beginning to think back about some of the things that you learned and really using that, especially you entrepreneurs out there, making sure you're getting everything out of that. When you have an event, and sometimes you get an aha moment right at that event or what have you, but then you forget to go back and actually take action with it, get in action. Going back to those notes and things that you learn and being able to really do something with it, right? It was something for everybody at that event. Now, let's go to another event. Now, you remember on February 10th, we had another event, Lean Strategies for a Successful Tomorrow. I mean, I can't believe we did all this already. I mean, we're just getting into March. We had a Lean Strategies for a Successful Tomorrow event, and this was a powerhouse event. I was so happy to be able to share some of those lean strategies. Were you paying attention? Did you get everything out of that you could? Some of you went even further. We offered this. Take a look at this. Remember this, the Lean Advantage? We offered this, and many of you took advantage of the Lean Advantage. And you were paying attention. You saw what was being delivered there. But see, these are things that, again, if you really pay attention, wow, there's so much that's been going on. So much has happened. Right here, even in URCO, there's been a lot that has taken place. So we did that on February 10th. Now, think about this. Just a week later, we had our second This Won't Break Me event, right? The Power of Problems. And we talked about the difference between a hustle, a hobby, and a home, right? A real business is going to take care of you. Qualifying to have a problem, types of problem. Problem 5 specific areas that you want to monitor problems in. We talked about how problems open doors and about solving problems. This was a powerhouse event. Now, again, were you paying attention? Do you see all that's been being done? This is, again, and even though this was targeted at businesses, problems are everywhere. So when you were really kind of hearing about the power of problems, a very interesting dynamic and talk about how to really use problems as a creative force. And so think about it. This is all this year. This is all, we're just getting going. And think about the experiences that we've had together recently in URCO. And we've been spending some time on this because there's so many of you out there that's impacted by the pandemic. And so we want people to be, unbreakable, especially our entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and contractors and people out there fighting for their career. So this was another great event. Now, at this event, another great thing is we introduced the power circle. Whoa, I mean, think about it. We came with we listened to everyone and the problem they were having, said, look, we're gonna solve some of those problems for you. And we literally had a power circle, you know, about 40 entrepreneurs that had the courage to jump in. And let me tell you something, all of you weren't there. We had a wonderful time. I mean, it was explosive. The amount of questions that were asked and the discussions that we had, so rich and so full of life. I mean, we got after it. We really got into detailed information. If you weren't there, you really missed something. I mean, it was special. We spent 2 hours in each session. I meant to take breaks. We never took a break. We just went, you know, really 6 hours straight. When you think of all the sessions that we had, people were able to ask custom questions and get custom answers. We talked about so many things, so many variety of things, and we began to work through those problems together. And then to watch a lot of these people in the power circle, they all, you know, I gave them a homework assignment and told them, hey, I want you to post in this in our private group about your business and what your business is trying to do and what you've been learning so far, and set a goal, right? And they all began to come on camera and set goals. And I mean, it was just beautiful. And now, you know, watching them now getting ready to take their next step, this was another powerful experience, you know, being able to launch that. This was another thing, if you're paying attention, I mean, this is a golden opportunity to, you know, really advance in, you know, especially in your business, because, you know, here was a way to sit and actually get the coaching and the step-by-step walkthrough on the things that are critical and the problems that are critical in your business right now. This was another great thing. Now, at that same event, we also announced the March Summit. Now, this is another key thing. When you think about the March Summit, the This Won't Break Me Summit, now, I want you, if you're paying attention, I hope y'all paying attention. At least by now, y'all should be paying attention. I mean, I didn't call the show, are you paying attention? I've been telling you need to pay attention. I hope you're paying attention now at this point, because we didn't led up and had, you know, some free events and led up to a full-blown all-day summit. This is going to be powerful. I can't wait for you all to experience what we've got in store for you at the This Won't Break Me Summit. Now, I hope you got your tickets. You know, I'm not gonna go into sales mode or nothing here, but I hope you got your tickets, because we're gonna have a great time. This is gonna be great for everybody. Everyone's gonna get something out of this. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a person that just wants to be inspired to go to the next level in your life, I mean, this is going to be an exciting, exciting event, a culmination of everything we've been talking about and all that we've been doing. It's going to all come to this one event and this one place. This Won't Break Me March Summit. So think about it. If you're paying attention, we've been building up to this, right? It's only right that we would have a summit like this and really begin to come together. Now, think about this. At this summit, we're going to have some wonderful guests. I'm just going to tell you about a few of them. Now, there will be some other few surprises. I want to tell you about just a few of these, right? So, you know, one of those individuals is Robert Ferguson. Now, you know, Robert, you know, he's been a friend for some time now. The first time I met Robert, I should say seen Robert, I was actually out of town. And I was, you know, watching TV. I was up late, couldn't sleep. And I saw him on TV. He had the top infomercial at the time, you know, the top infomercial in the country. And I actually began to go to an event, and I was headed to an event. We're going to go help some young people and speak. And here I seen Robert in this room, and I said, this is the guy that was on TV. And next thing you know, we were able to talk, and one thing led to another, and then we started working on a few projects together. And now to this day, we're working together, looking at new ways that we can change lives and help each other. And so I'm very, very pleased to have Robert Ferguson. He's a great speaker, someone that definitely has a heart to move people. And again, you know, he's going to be talking about igniting your it factor, right? And that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you, he's going to talk about igniting your it factor. I'm going to talk to you more at the event. I can't be doing too much here tonight. But pay attention. I want you to pay attention to what I'm talking about. This is going to be really good. Now, let's talk about somebody else that's coming. Now, Miss Nicole Kojo. Now, this is going to be, I mean, such a treat. Now, you know, I got kind of introduced to the Kojo family, you know, by a few activities we were having with Boris and Nicole Ari Parker. As you know, wonderful husband and wife that are both actors and have had a great career. And was able to meet them and you know, talk about some different things that was going on at the time. And actually, Nicole Ari Parker was able to actually come to one of our events for Javant's, which is one of my companies, my salon. And she was able to come and speak. She was, you know, launching a new product, and she just came and was just wonderful. You know, the way she talked to the audience inspired the people with her story, and inspired especially a lot of the young ladies in the room, inspiring them that they could be great and that they could achieve things. I mean, she was a very warm soul, and it was a pleasure. I remember having a chance to go out to dinner, my wife and I and a few other people on my team with Boris and Nicole. And meeting. And then through that, the relationship, I got to know Boris's brother, Patrick Kojo, and he was an entrepreneur and launching some, you know, really cool things. And so we had an event together. We had an event to inspire people, and he came and spoke on a panel, and I got to know Patrick, and, you know, he became a friend. And so I never had a chance to meet his wife. So we were talking not long ago and just kind of sharing stories and so forth. And then he started to tell me about what his wife was doing and all the ways that she was moving people with her yoga and her expertise and understanding breathing. And I was like, you know, what are you talking about? Just working with, I mean, from NFL players to other prominent figures, helping them get more of their life, turning their health around through these secrets that she has access to. And I said, oh my God, I was calling to talk to him. I said, but you know what, I might need to talk to Nicole and see, maybe she can come and you know, to this event I got coming up. And so I was able to connect with Nicole some, and she agreed to come. And listen, you are gonna get a treat. She's gonna be talking about change your breath, change your life. When you change how you breathe, how it impacts your life. And she's, you know, and more. I'm not gonna tell you, you know, much more, but listen, this is gonna be a treat. And I never knew there was these two Nicoles in the Kojo family, but you know, this Nicole here is very special, and I'm so excited. She's gonna come and speak, and there's gonna be a few things and treats that we'll talk about, but this is gonna be wonderful. Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? These are opportunities in front of you. Are you paying attention? This is, again, what we're talking about here tonight. Now, another individual, and this is a wonderful woman named Renee Deneen. And, you know, I met Renee, actually, I was on a consulting assignment. I was on a consulting assignment at Genentech, you know, one of the largest, you know, companies here in California in the biotech field. And I was doing some consulting work, and Renee was an executive leader there. And you know, you know, Renee was a nice person. You know, was going through the exercises and so forth. And then, you know, I'm always trying to learn, stay up to date, just, you know, looking at stuff that's going on and so forth. And so I'm surfing around social media, and I see Renee doing a TED Talk. And I said, is that Renee that I knew from Genentech? What's going on here? And I hear her giving this moving TED Talk. And I said, wow, I didn't know about this side of Renee and, you know, what she was doing and her passion to help people in the ways that she was helping people. So I started researching. Next thing you know, I reached out to Renee. I said, Renee, listen, you know, we haven't talked in a while, but I'm gonna be having this event. You know, would you come and speak? And she's gonna be talking about something that's gonna just literally blow your mind. And it's about authentic inaction, not action, authentic inaction, right? Inaction means to not take action, right? What is that about? Well, you got to come to the event to hear this. I mean, she has got something special that you really want to hear. And this is someone that has been helping people all over the world and an accomplished leader and executive as well. And so make sure you're paying attention. This is another critical opportunity. Now, I want to tell you about Greg Reed. Now, Greg Reed, I mean, this is you know, a best-selling author, filmmaker. I mean, someone that when you hear him speak, I mean, it literally inspires you on demand. The first time that I came in contact with Greg was I was actually, looking around LinkedIn, and I was doing some stuff on LinkedIn, and I saw him speaking. And I was like, what is he talking about here? And then so I started to listen to him. I was really, really impressed with what he was talking about, and how he was really encouraging people to get more out of their life and more out of themselves. And he was, sharing compelling stories. And, he's authored many books, and he's worked with some of the best in the world. And you're going to get a chance to hear him talk about what is, the subject of his talk is 3 feet from gold. All right, 3 feet from gold. That's all I'm going to tell you. I hope you're paying attention. 3 feet from gold. And this is going to actually, you're going to hear something in his talk that will really ignite a fire. Speaking of the fire behind me here, it'll ignite a fire in your mind. And so, listen, I have pulled together some of the best for you to experience at this event. And I want you all to know something. When I think about 2021 and all that's happening right now, we all pray that this vaccine will do well and we'll get behind this pandemic. But one thing is true, no matter what, we all still have a life to live. We all got dreams to fulfill. We all got family and friends to take care of, and we all want to be happy. And we need to pay attention to what's going on in our life right now. What really matters? And we got to put our time into the things that's really lifting us. And I hope you notice something. You are a CEO. I hope you see that this is a good use of your time. You are a CEO is something that really does lift people up. It's something that helps us want to achieve more, to rise above what's in front of us. And every event we do, every show we have, every post we post in our applications, every technology that we have access to, we need to get more committed to it than ever before. And we don't want to say, I was around it, I was there, but I wasn't paying attention. I knew about you are a CEO, but I kind of wasn't paying attention. I went to the event, but it kind of just faded away. I heard about the big summit, but I didn't get my ticket, right? This is the type of thing I don't want you to do. Today, this is something that we want to take advantage of right now, because in front of us right now is an opportunity to grow. And when you take advantage of that by paying attention, I guarantee you'll move and be in a better place. So don't miss the March Summit. And speaking of today, I want to now tell you about our next show. I hope you enjoyed this show tonight. We went on a little journey here tonight, a little fireside chat. But think about it. As I was talking about, our next show is kind of related. And our next show is called The Power of Today. The Power of Today. And I want you to come to that show and find out why there's power in today. And you need to learn how to unleash that power. I'm Michael E. Parker, and I want to thank you so much for being with me here tonight. This has been another show here at URCO TV, and I want you to know that no matter where you are, no matter what you do, you are the CEO of your life. And we all commit to rising above setbacks, disappointments, and any challenge that's in front of us to achieve more every single day. And I hope you'll get out and do that until we meet again. Get out there and let the whole world know that you are a CEO. I'll see you soon.
Yes, let the whole world know. A CEO. Thank you.